Okay. So Joy, let us return back to the same line that we are executing here. So do you notice, so as we said before, the plus sign is supposed to connect or to add two texts together. Okay, but what we are doing here, we are not passing it a text. Num x actually have an integer. It's 10. Before you change that integer to a text, you are not allowed to concatenate it to the empty string that is here.
Okay.
Okay. So we have to use a function called str. This str is able to convert any number or integer to a string. Only then he will accept that from us. So he doesn't show any error. Why?
Okay.
So, okay. So now you know the function that's called string, str. Okay. So if you want to build a text, you have to use that number. You have to use that function, str. Okay. So we go back. So, okay. As we said, he is now putting on this line, he said text equal. Text will be a variable of type string. So we have to make sure that everything inside is either is a type of type string. So it's either included in double quotation or it is converted by the function that's called string. Okay, but we didn't need to do that in our code just now because we put everything inside the print function. One shot, and the print function convert everything for us. So you can make use of the print function so that it can change all the integers for you. You don't need to do that. It will convert everything for you and print it as a text without an error. Or if you want to follow that style, it's also one way. It's a way of reaching the solution that you have to convert everything to a string first using the string function like he's doing here. He converted num into a string, and he converted x, which is also a variable, to a string, and then he converted ans, which is short for answer, also to a string, and then he concatenated all using the plus sign. Joey, does this make any sense to you? Do you understand what the guy have tried to do here?
Yeah.
Okay, what we have done is 100% correct. Especially we make it a short solution. We print it all one shot. Okay, but this is just a different method. Both are correct, but ours is short because we do it in one shot. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. We move to the next. So let us try to do that. If you are confused from the arrays, then I will stop here and then explain the arrays in details and then continue here. Okay. So he's telling us create a function of for finding the largest value in an array, then print the table of that number. So this is how the array looks like. So you have a square brackets and you have some numbers in between. So this is called a number array, an array of numbers. Okay, so the array name is called number. Okay, it can be any name that you want. Okay, and it can be any size that you want. You can create an array of 500 elements. Each element here is each number, we call it an element. So 45 is an element, 34 is an element, 23 is an element, 87 is an element, and 96 is an element, and 23 is an element. Does this make sense, what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is the size of the array? 6. Okay. If we have an array did you hear of any functions that we can use to get the size of the array?
No.
Okay, so okay, we move to the next and have a look first. Okay, no, let us go back to the coding. I don't think if we okay, so we go back to the coding here. We comment all that except this because maybe we will need that. Okay, so we can say array equal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I defined on line 164, I defined an array. I put some numbers. Let's make it a random numbers. We put 60, we here put 35, we here put 10. Okay, so he wants us to no. Before we look at what he wants, I want you to see something like that. Array size. What can be the array size? So there is a function that's called len that gives me the size of the array. See what is printed?
Yeah.
So the size of the array is 6.
Okay.
Okay. So, okay. To be able to print, so what if we want to print what is inside the array? How can we do that? So wait. Yeah, you tell me first, because I wanted to share with you some pictures, but then you are able to talk. Let me hear you first.
I think it's print and bracket array ARR. That will do. To print the array.
Yes, it's correct. Yes, that's correct. We can try that to see if it works. Yes, it's correct. Yes, it prints the array. But what if I want to print the content of the array one by one? I want to print 10 first. After the 10, I want to print 2. After this, I want to print 35. What do you think? How can we do that?
Not very sure.
Okay. Okay. Let me see. Just give me a second because I want to confirm that I have. Okay, yeah, let me share that with you. So that's an image. Can you see the image?
Yep.
Okay, so actually this image is for a 2D array, but I want you, I mean, let me see. So can you see what I'm highlighting here? Can you see what I'm highlighting?
Yep.
Okay, so forget about everything here. This is something not related to us at the moment. But if we look at the array, this actually is an array. So 50, 60, 78, 87, 95. Okay? So this array, the first element is at the position 0. Do you see here 0? Do you see the 0? That is, wait, let me get another color. Do you see here the 0 that we write? And
yeah.
You see here we put 1, and you see here we put 2. So inside the array, as I told you, in a programming language, we don't have anything starting from 1. Everything starts from 0. So the content of the elements of the array here, 50, 60, 78, 87, each one of them is called an element. Element number 1 is actually at the position 0. It is element number 1, yes, but in programmatically, it is at the position 0. To be able to access it, we have to use something that is related to index 0. Okay, so okay, how many elements in that array that I highlighted for you?
5.
Okay, so 5. This means the size of the array is 5, right?
Yeah.
But did you notice again that we are having the elements of array from 0 to 4?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So we stop that part here, and then we try to go back to coding. So do you remember when we do the for loop, it started from 0, right? Can you remember that? When we have that for loop using the range?
Yeah.
Okay, so if we put, so I want you to think with me, how can we utilize that for loop to print the content of the array? But before we do that, we can, yeah, let's comment that, and I want you. So if I do like that, what do you think would be the output? So when I pass it between the square brackets 1, is actually I'm telling him, get me the element number 1. No, not the element number 1, the element at the position 1.
Okay.
At the position 1. Okay, it's different. Okay, so now what is the element at the position 1?
10.
No.
2.
So okay, 2 is at the index. Yes, it's true. Let's not use the word position, so it's not confusing. Let us use the word index. So at the index 1, there is 2. At index 0, there is 10.
Okay.
At index 5, there is 60.
60. Okay.
Okay, so if I put index 0 here and I try to print, can you see?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me how to print 4.
Index 3.
Perfect. Perfect. So now we know that if we change the value inside here, we are able to go through all the elements of the array. Okay, so can we, if we look at this array, what is the minimum index that we have, and what is the maximum index?
0 and 5.
Perfect. So if I put here 5, $60, huh? Okay, if I put 0,
10.
Okay, so if I manage to find a way to change the value here from 0 to 5, so the value I put inside the square bracket, if I manage to change it from 0 to 5, I'm able to go through each element of the array easily. Okay, does this make any sense, what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I remove 0 and I put I, okay, and then I enable the for loop, but let's put X let's put x. We have I before, so just let us put x like that. So we are not confusing it with anything else. So do you think if I, so do you know what is the function of the for loop here? Can you think with me? So it will do what?
It will print the whole array from 10 to 60 with space, like each you return to the next line.
Perfect answer. But okay, is that 11 correct, or we need to change it?
We need to change to
how much should we put?
6.
Okay, let's try. So it means that we managed to print each content of an array easily, just only with 2 lines. So can you imagine if you have an array of 500 and then you need to print them? Can you write the command print 500 times? It doesn't make sense, right? So that is the function of a for loop. So if I change here, if I have an array of 500 elements and I want to print all of them, then I just need to change only one number. I no need to write print a command for 500 times. The for loop will do the job for me. So can you imagine how beautiful it is to have a for loop?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So do you know what is an if statement?
If the first command doesn't work, oh no, that's if not very sure.
Okay, perfect. We can say so what we have done so far, we just printed the content of the array, but actually we can do more important things than even printing. So what we can do is actually we can check the value inside. No, let me clear this to you, please. So I can say if the array is, if the element inside the array equal to, I wanted to do something, just anything. I'm just I would say print x, print the value of x. So this is x, right? This is x, right? And x is always changing the value from 0 to 5. So I want to know if the array actually have an element that is equal 2. So please let me revisit again the terms. Do you know what's the difference between an index and an element?
Yeah.
Okay, please remember this is very important. Okay, so if we print here and if we run the code, what could be the output of x?
35. Wait, no. 2. 2x.
So okay, wait. 2 is an element or an index here? 2. This 2 is an element or an index?
It's an element.
Okay, what is an element? An element is it's a value that is stored in a position in the memory.
Yeah.
Okay, what is an index?
An index is where it's stored in the, so like it starts from 0 to 6. Index 2 will be the third value.
So we can say an index is like a pointer to the position that is storing the element that we have. It's only a pointer. Okay, so the index is only a pointer. It points where the element is stored. Okay.
Okay.
So okay, now, and we have our index changing from 0 to 5, and we already know that through the for loop. Okay, let's try to run. So actually, he's telling me x equal 1.
Okay.
Do you have any understanding why x equal 1 actually?
No.
Okay. What if I say, okay, let me try to do something different. So can you notice, please, with me? So every time I run the for loop, all these lines is executed. Okay, the first line is going to print for me what is inside the array x. At the first line, it will become 10. Okay, but okay, wait. I want to make it clearer for you. Wait. And with x equal x. No, let's print that. Maybe it's more clearer to you. Sorry, he doesn't accept that. Yep, I forgot that. Okay, can you please see what is he printing to me? So when x equals 0, this array with a square bracket x is actually printing the first element inside the array.
Okay.
And when x equal 1, I am printing what? The array square bracket 1 inside. I'm outputting 2, which is the second element here. So actually consider x is our pointer. Okay, when the pointer is pointing to 0, position 0, then we are printing 10. At position 1, we are printing 2. At position 4 here, actually, sorry, printing x equal 5. Yeah, so actually something is wrong here. I am not sure. The array size is x. So actually, we're supposed to put range of 6, not. So you see here, at the position when x equal 5, which is the position, the index 5, it's printing the last element of the array, which is 60. Does this make any sense, or is confusing?
Yeah, makes sense.
It makes sense. Okay.
But I don't understand why is the x equals to 1 in between the array.
Yeah, that's because that line is executed. So why that line is executed? Because we put a condition here. We tell him when array x, when array with a square bracket x equal to, okay, so you see here this condition, so that line will be only printed when the array with square brackets 1 inside. I don't know how to explain it more clear. Let me think. So first, let me confirm with you. Array, when we put here 1, what will be the output?
It will be 1.
No.
Not 10.
Wait. so when we give an array a square bracket and we put one inside, we are telling him, please go and find for me the element at the position 1. This one here decides the position where I should look for. This is the position 1. Okay, position 1. I know it's confusing. So okay, wait. Index. This is just as a comment, so it means that, so here this is index 1, and then we move here. This is so this is index 0, 1, and then sorry, here index 2, here index 3, here index 4, here index 5. Joy, still confusing? So Joy, let me try here. That will not work. So how to say, so Joy, please see whatever we put inside here is called the index. So I'm telling him, go to the pointer number 1. Go to the point, or to the index number 1. Index is a pointer. Okay, go to the position or to the index number 1 and get me whatever inside there. So you see, this is index number 1. I put here 1, right? So this is the index number 1. What is inside? Inside, I'm storing 2. I'm storing inside that pointer number 1. I'm storing what? I'm storing 2. So what about pointer number 5? Inside pointer number 5, so a pointer is like how to say? Let me check. So if you have a cabinet that you are storing, or a library that you're putting books inside the library, and the library have racks, and the racks is divided. Okay, so I want to find a way to tell you, go to rack, or the portion of the rack that is the first portion of the rack, that, and get me the books inside. So this is same like the array. Can you hear me correctly, or there is an echo in the?
No, I can hear you.
Okay, so wait, Joy, wait. I need to find. Wait, give me a second, please. I need to find an image for that. Let me see. So Joy, I am sharing with you. Joy, I'm sorry, we have to close and open again. I'm sorry for that. Okay.
Okay, sir.